Well, hello everybody and welcome back to episode 109 of my Let's Play of Spellforce for free. Oh, that's the wrong way. Go this way. Okay, we're coming here to have a little chat with our dwarf friend, and I think we finished in Mulandia for a while then, and we have to get onto another mission again, hopefully. There's two things here. So the next is to shock. Oh, I'll do that first. Maybe I should have swapped to you first.
Tahar, finally! Do you have the stone?
I do. What now? How do we connect it to the Nexus?
Well, I've done a little research on that.
Good.
It should be pretty straightforward. Give me the stone for a second, please.
Sure.
Thanks. Now, let's see. Whoa!
Whoa!
This is amazing.
What the heck just happened?
Yeah, you've lit it
Was
up.
that the stone?
Oh,
Yeah.
we're gonna like two more.
It seems like our plan worked.
Two more.
The
Okay.
stones are the power sources of the Nexus.
Not sources, Tahar. They're simply the catalysts. As I said, the energy, all this magic, it comes from someplace else.
Well, I definitely know why the Shapers were so powerful now. They were able to harness that. I wouldn't want to be their enemy.
Pain.
Pardon?
Rekindling this place. I can feel their thoughts now. At least, some of them.
You mean the Shaper's thoughts?
Those who connected themselves to this place. The ones who had the power of telepathy. They left an echo, and whatever wiped out the Shapers, it caused pain. Horrible pain.
I see.
Well,
Very good, isn't it?
fascinating or not, we need to connect our minds to the Nexus to find the source of the bloodburn, right? Can we do that now?
No, it's not strong enough yet.
Yeah, same
Well,
as
we knew
free.
that already. We need to find the second stone first.
There's a third.
Let's head to Everlight and find that archaeologist. He's our best chance of finding that island.
Okay, so I can chat with you before we leave now? Where'd you go? Which way did you go? Here.
Exciting, isn't it? All that energy. The Shapers must have been gods.
True. It's intriguing.
That's one word for it. Tahar, I need to say this. I'm glad the Harbinger sent you. You've made a dream of mine come true.
You're welcome.
More than one, to be honest. But anyway, we still need that second stone. Is there something you wish to discuss? Tahar, may I help you with something?
There we go. What is the fascination about the Shapers? I'm still interested in how you ended up in North.
I'd still like to know more about how you ended up in Nortender.
Bugger and blast. Here I was hoping you'd forgotten.
Nope.
All right, I'll tell you. But only under one condition.
What?
Yes?
That I get to ask you a personal question too.
Fine. Deal.
Then we have a deal. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Fair enough. I was born in the Windwall Mountains.
You don't say. I'll say that then, and hold me sarcastic with him. Jumping it up.
Sorry, still sorting out my thoughts. It's been a long time since I last told this story to anyone. Alright, one more time. As you can imagine, I was born in Windwall, a child of the rocks.
Come again?
A true dwarf, as some would say. Born in the buried city, not on the outside as the traders and farmers are. My family was quite privileged. Not nobility, but my mother and father led a big smeltery which supplied one of the finest smithies. Moon silver weaponry. Ever heard of it?
I think so. The commanders of the Royal Army use them.
Figures. Well, my childhood was a rather unremarkable one. I had two brothers and a sister, and even though I was the oldest child, I was always the most quiet one. I learned quickly how to wield an axe, and I still know how to do it, but I never took pleasure in it. Same goes for my parents' craft. For some reason, Nihalf had given me a talent for metallurgy, but not the desire to use it. Instead, my biggest love was always made with ink. Books.
But I assume your parents didn't approve of that.
Oh no, they didn't mind. I had 3 siblings who could do the job as well as I, so the future of our family was secured. On the contrary, they were quite accepting, which wasn't usual amongst dwarves, especially not those in Windwall.
Okay. Like the surface dwarves. Dwarves are traditionalists, aren't they? So that's
Are the surface dwarfs different?
Depends. There are some who were very open-minded. For example, the traders who get around a lot. On the other hand, there are some who were as ignorant as the Windwallers.
Dwarves are traditionals, aren't they?
Dwarves are traditionalists, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they are. They love their brawls, they love their ale, and they love their metal crafting. and they never miss a chance to tell the outside world just how much they do.
Well, to be honest, when I think of dwarven culture, that's exactly what comes to my mind.
See? And that's the problem. There's always diversity in every race. There are soft-hearted orcs, there are elves who don't give a damn about the white tree, and there are humans with... well, you get the point. What I'm trying to say is, many dwarves love living these traditions, but there are some, like me, who just don't fit in. This is one of the reasons why I appreciate you and this group so much, Tahar.
Okay.
Aenir's tools or not, we're all pariahs, in one way or another.
Okay. So what happened? Why did you leave Windwell?
So, what happened? Why did you leave
point,
Windwell?
I'm getting there, Tahar.
I'm down.
When I came of age, I found work in the Windwall Library. That time was also when I deepened my knowledge of the Shapers. I devoured all the books there were, and bought whatever writings the merchants brought in. They smiled at me, talked of me as the strange bird, but I didn't care. The more I read, the more spellbound I became. And the more I dreamed of journeying through Io to solve all those mysteries not yet uncovered.
Okay. These Shaper ruins in the Windwall
Are
Mountains?
there Shaper ruins in the Windwall Mountains?
Hardly. And those that are there are buried beneath miles and miles of rock. Impossible to access without a huge expedition.
Huh. And what kept you from doing just that?
Well, two things. First of all, my attachment to my family. Secondly, Gilak.
Gilead?
My, partner.
You had a partner?
Yeah.
that male,
we met...
female?
I'd rather not go into detail
Is he
too
a
much.
gay dwarf?
Fact is, we lived together for 6 years. He was
He?
very dear to me.
Oh,
Let's
you're a
put it
gay
that way.
dwarf. Well, good on you, I guess. I've never heard of a gay dwarf in a fantasy game before. Huh, interesting. Dwarf families like.
What are dwarven families like?
Similar to their human counterparts, I
Prejudice
believe.
them, I guess.
Having family and offspring is considered to be very important.
And you can't
especially
if
if
you're
you're of
gay dwarf.
noble blood.
But living with someone of the same sex is acceptable?
Well, yes and no. If you do, you don't talk about it. And you should make sure to find yourself a wife or a husband to found a proper family, eventually, and bring new children of stone into the world, even if that family is just a charade. If you don't do that, you're frowned upon. There's even a word for a childless dwarf, man or woman. Galrag, which roughly translates as dusty boulder.
Wow.
Very amusing, I know.
Dusty beholder. Who have a point now, there needs to be children. That's sad.
That's sad.
Well, I doubt it's going to change anytime soon. And once again, the Shapers were different in that regard. As long as you stay within the boundaries of your caste, you could do as you pleased.
I understand. But something happened, didn't it?
Yeah. The Blackstone Rebellion. Ever heard of it?
It's a coup, wasn't it? No.
No.
A coup. A small group of rebels tried to overthrow the royal house.
Okay.
It was bound to fail from the beginning. The rebels were anti-traditionalist and wanted to establish a new order, where it's the people who have the power, not the nobility. Gilak was one of these rebels.
Oh, your
yeah.
boyfriend.
At first, before the coup, they tried to raise awareness by giving underground speeches. A noble endeavor, but not at all thought through. Most dwarves just don't care about politics as long as they can have their mugs of ale. First, he didn't ask me to participate, but the more sour things went, the more he started pushing me. At one point, we had a fight, when he asked me to steal money from my family to support the movement.
I simply didn't know.
It was terrible. Finally, push came to shove, and he told me of the coup. He knew that despite my occupation, I was a remarkable fighter and Earthshaper, which is why he asked me to fight alongside him. You can make a difference, that's what he said. By Nihalf, he was just so naive. He really thought it would be like in the old legends, a group of courageous dwarfs fighting their way to Algrim Castle with me at his side. I just don't.
You didn't go on the left side.
Forgive me. It's strange to talk about it like this.
Thank you for trusting me.
It's okay. Thank you for trusting me.
Yeah, sure. You can imagine how torn I was. I knew he'd die if the coup took place, but I also knew that I couldn't stop him. When I told him he was mad, he called me a coward, a delusional bookworm, who'd rather spend his whole life dreaming about the past than changing the present. And then he left.
I mean?
The next day,
Oh.
I found him beheaded by a royal guard.
I read it before he said that.
They didn't even make it to the castle stairs.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Iskrin.
It's all right.
Why didn't you tell the guard about the movement's plans? They could have stopped him.
Yeah, they could have. Only to execute him and all his friends the next morrow. Tahar, believe me, I thought about this quite a lot. About what I could or should have done. And do you want to know the saddest part of it?
What?
I came to the conclusion that I did nothing wrong. He had his mind set. And nothing I could have said would have changed what had been about to happen. In the end, there's only so much you can do.
Yeah, you're right though. What happened then?
What happened then?
I ran.
Oh, you tried.
Not only because I'd rather have died than return to that empty house of ours, but also because they would have arrested me too.
Why? You weren't part of it.
Our relationship wasn't a secret, and in their eyes, I was as eccentric as Gilak and his friends.
So you're going down for what he did.
We all know how dangerous eccentrics are, don't we?
Oh, yeah,
I left my family a letter, telling them not to come after me. Bought a horse and rode as far as it would take me before collapsing. That was 9 years ago. I haven't returned ever since.
Wow, that's nasty. So basically, his boyfriend got, what they call it, a coup, whatever, basically got a group together, tried to overthrow the royalty, the guy's in charge, wanted him to join, he refused. They didn't even make it to steps, got beheaded and killed, and then they're basically blaming him. So instead of going back to the house where his boyfriend wouldn't be anyway, he would then, all would happen, would go there, be sad, and for them to catch him and blame him for being part of it when he wasn't. And he's left his family and everything behind now, and he's been around for 19 years, theoretically. Wow. You saw your shaper. What about
your family? Did you ever hear from them again?
Not directly. Every now and then, I return to a big city to find a dwarf who can tell me about Windwall. But the thought of returning, I don't know. I know it's cruel toward them, but I just don't think I could ever bear setting foot in those cursed stone halls again.
Yeah, your head chopped off, I would say that's cruel.
Since then, you've been studying the Shapers?
Yeah. If there really is, as people say, a silver lining to everything, then this would be it. I'm finally doing what I was too afraid to do back in Windwall. I'm living my dream. Though the price I paid for it was high.
Wow.
And you know what, Tahar?
What?
There's a third reason to my fascination with the Shapers I haven't told you about yet.
What's that?
It's Gilak.
What about it?
Stupid as it may
Can you bring
sound,
him back or something for us?
there's a part of me who wants to prove him wrong.
Ah, okay.
To show him that the past has value. That it can guide us towards a better world.
I see. Well, thank you for sharing this, Iskrin.
Yeah, it's quite interesting.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. It felt good to talk about it.
Good.
I didn't expect
Glad I
that.
helped you.
But you're not off the hook yet.
What?
The question, remember?
Oh,
Right.
that's me one.
Shoot, your past is even more unusual than mine.
Yep.
Growing up with a man like Isamu Tahar as your father? Without a mother? And then the whole thing with the Mage Rebellion? I know you've been through a lot. Now, I was wondering, if you could trade that past you've had for a different one, would you do it?
What kind of path could I choose? Yeah.
What kind of a past could I choose?
Yeah, what am I trading for?
Anything?
Anything.
Huh. That would be hard. Because that'd be like in real life, wouldn't it? Where I am now in my life, or like where you were watching this out in your life, would you change your past, even if you're not in the position you want to be? Because the thing is, if you change your past, you'd probably be in a different position, but you also be a different person, theoretically. Wouldn't you? So theoretically, by changing your past, you're giving up who you are. I guess not then. You know, use real life situation with him. Of course, it doesn't matter. No.
I wouldn't.
That surprises me, to be honest. But I think I understand. Either way, pleasure speaking with you. Hope this wasn't too grim for you, but then again,
fun.
You asked for it.
Yep, I did.
Give me some time now, will you?
Sure. Take care, Iskrin.
Nice. Okay. New skill, Bastion. What's that? Oh, is it a new skill in this thing? No? Oh! Oh, available! Oh, so I must have got that up with them. Nice. Okay. Obviously you don't have ability points, so you do that right now. Template encase yourself in stone, become invulnerable. complete immunity. That'd be cool. I guess with that, we've actually hit the end of the episode again. So we'll end the episode here as I leave. So please like and subscribe to good stuff and that for me. And if you haven't already, share this video. And like I said, once again, subscribe. Thank you very much. And see you next week. And also watch other stuff in channel. Don't just watch this. Would you like to travel? Yes. See you next week, everyone. Bye, everybody.